everybody, welcome to week 3 of our Victory Garden segments. I'm Sal here from Farm Table, and this is Sue from Hungry Turtle, and we're here to talk a little bit about our Victory Garden process and let you know a little bit more about the plants that you can expect in your trays in a few weeks, and just move a little bit closer to getting those gardens planted.
Obviously, you're not going to have to do anything as drastic as we're doing, but we're going to show you the process of creating our Victory Garden.
All right, so this is the process of unpaving paradise and tearing up a parking lot. We got Clyde Alley Landscaping here, ripping up the asphalt for us. And then they are going to be adding this soil and compost after the asphalt is all ripped up. And that way we're going to put in a garden. Okay, and here I just want to show you a really good example of the difference between soil and compost. You can see the difference in color here. On the right, this is compost. So this is all composted organic matter, and it's very fluffy and it's very dark in color. And then this over here is actually soil. And this is good soil, but it's as you can see, it's crumblier and a little lighter in color. Now a subsoil would be even lighter than that, but what we're going to do is we're going to have them mix these two together, and we're going to put them in our Victory Garden in the parking lot. So we wanted to let you know what to expect in your flats when you pick them up. There will be 4 packs of cherry tomatoes, slicing tomatoes, bell peppers, basil, kale, broccoli or cauliflower, cabbage, cilantro or parsley, and then peat pots with cucumbers, zucchini, and 2 different varieties of winter squash, and then there will also be some green bean seeds. If you have more space and you want to, you could also pick up some additional seeds to add to your garden. Think about things that you really enjoy eating. Some suggestions might be lettuce or spinach or other greens, maybe carrots, maybe beets. We'll plant a little bit of all of those things in our garden just so that we can also talk about those things, and you might want to consider them if you have more space.
So now you've heard what plants are going to be coming in your Victory Garden tray. We're going to talk a little bit more about a few plant specimens that I brought today. Just to familiarize you with the different plant families and some of their characteristics. So right here I've got a tomato plant, which you are probably familiar with. It's a really great garden plant because it's really easy to grow, it's forgiving, and it's just used in a lot of different foods, so everybody usually finds a way to eat tomatoes. In the tomato family is also peppers. And you can see they have some similarities just in how they look, their growth pattern. Their leaves are a little bit different, but they're both tall, upright plants that leaf, and then they start making fruits, underneath their leaves up here, but they won't be fruiting for a little bit now. So these are not very cold hardy plants, and that's why we wanted to wait until after the last frost date to get them in. They prefer it nice and warm, lots of sunlight, lots of moisture, and they're also a little bit heavier feeders, so they do like that really nice well composted soil. And these guys are also a little bit taller, so they have a little bit more brittle stems, and you're going to want to make sure that they can withstand. It's a little bit of a windy day here, and you want to make sure that they have a nice strong stem so that they can withstand wind. You don't want them snapping off right after you plant them. So we're going to be talking next week about getting your plants hardened off before you plant them. And right here I've got 2 examples of things that are in the brassica family, also known as the cole crop family. I've got a cabbage right here and also a broccoli right here, and you can see they're a little bit shorter plants. They have a little bit different leaf shape, and they also are a little bit heavier feeders, so they like really strong, nutritious soil. These guys, however, are very cool hardy, so they can be planted, pretty close to that last frost date. They can withstand some light frosts, and they have really nice thick leaves. You're going to find your broccoli, your cabbage, cauliflower, even your kale are all going to be in this family, so you might notice some similarities in their appearance when you first get them. We're going to be talking about the rest of the plant families that you'll be receiving in your Victory Garden tray when we get our Victory Garden tray, so we'll kind of go through everything and take a look at it and just make sure that you know a little bit and feel comfortable with all the different varieties that you've gotten. Well, thanks for joining us for our Week 3 Victory Garden segment. Our anticipated date of receiving Victory Garden trays is going to be sometime later next week. So sometime over the period of maybe 1 or 2 days, just to make sure that we can just spread everybody out and make sure it's a really easy and convenient way for you to receive your trays. We will be sending out an email shortly that will give you all of the logistical information for how tray pickup is going to go. And we hope you join us next week when we film our Victory Garden segment in what we hope to be our nice new beautiful Victory Garden in place of the parking lot.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.